crypt keeper of creepy, the provocative prince of the tweens, the nightmare from Neptune. It's Zabujard!
I feel like there's something stuck in my throat, like a fucking, that stuff that insulates houses, insulation or something, if you know what that is. It's like this sharp, steel, hairy object is insulation. And you can choke on it. I don't know, it feels like there's some sharp hairs in my throat, which hurt. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Anyway, I'll make this short. I just wanted to talk about a few quick things that I wrote down. A few things. I think I'm going over to Jan's today. It's gonna hang out there. It's a 45-minute drive, 40-minute drive, 45-minute drive. Hopefully the traffic won't be too bad. I'm dry heaving because I'm nervous about driving. I don't like driving far, or driving in general. Driving is kind of like a NEET's kryptonite, if you know what I mean. I am a super boy. I'm babysitting Soph right now. She watched me take a shower, guys. A girl watched me take a shower, and her name is Sophie, and she's a pup, and she wouldn't leave me alone, so she watched me shower. Because puppies follow you everywhere you go, even to take a shit. They don't care. They'll follow you anywhere, these puppies. And I would like to drive back to where I live, but there's a hurricane coming, and I think I might go to the dentist for the 5th time. Every time I talk to you guys, I'm adding another time to the dentist count. So I think I'm going to go back there for the 5th time, because one of my teeth feels exposed cavity, and I have 2 other cavities, and one of them feels very exposed. Which, I don't think it felt that way going to the dentist, but who knows. I don't think it did. But every time I leave the dentist, there's a new problem with my teeth. So this will be time number 5. Kind of like Mambo number 5, Jan's favorite song. Many of your favorite songs are Mambo number 5. What I wrote down, quickly, is, let's see here. Alright, I didn't write this down, but I'm thinking about stuff. Right now in Canada, I'm pretty sure there's a ton of wildfires everywhere in Canada. And I'm saying wild, of course, with quotation marks around it. These fires definitely are not controlled. And they're definitely not started by big old laser pointers or something like that. These are definitely genuine climate change wildfires, and they're definitely not controlled, in quotes, with my fingers crossed behind my back. Now, why is Canada completely on fire right now? Well, it looks like they're probably going to turn it into an Illuminati prison camp for re-education and brainwashing and stuff like that. So Canada's going to be fucked. If you live in Canada, you might want to change your last name to Tiki, because you're about to get Tiki torched. Tiki torched. Next thing, my therapist dropped me. Another therapist dropped me, and she said it's because she thought I should find a therapist who specializes in schizoaffective, which is just some fake thing that people think people have. It's kind of like how people thought the COVID-19 airborne organism was kind of like a real reality thing, which of course it was, in quotation marks again. And then so she dropped me, and I'm a very easy patient, guys. I don't talk like this to my therapist. I only talk like this for the podcast. To my therapist, all I do is I talk like this. Oh, my day was good. My week was good. I went to the lake. I took a shit. I walked the dog. I walked around the neighborhood. I had 2 sodas a day. I went to the dentist 4 times. You know, it's just very easygoing conversation. And this stupid fucking retard nigger cunt can't seem to understand how to... I'm a very easy patient and person. And so it's very stupid that she fired me as a patient, because all I want is talk therapy. Just want to talk about stuff, nothing in particular. Super easy 1 hour segment with a NEET boy. You get free $100 or however much these faggot therapists get, about 100 I think. And she said, no, I'm booked full now, and I have to drop you as a patient. You should find a therapist who specializes in schizoaffective. What do you specialize in? Sucking my fucking nigger cock? Sorry, I was freaking out the pup. Sorry, what do you specialize in? Sucking my fucking cock? Like, that must be what these therapists specialize in, because they're dropping me like flies. So that must be what they specialize in. Fourth thing I want to talk about, I'm still having very vivid dreams. What else is new? I've been having vivid dreams my whole life, and I upped my melatonin dose, and maybe that's making them more vivid, because I had this dream last night. I was in this hotel party with Meat Canyon, a cartoonist, and everyone was naked, and Meat Canyon had a big bunny suit on, and people were dancing, and everyone was nude, and we were in a hotel suite party. Everyone was dancing. Some people were dancing, people were just nude, and it was weird. And yesterday I had a dream I was shoplifting. And then the other day I had a dream I was back in high school and I couldn't find parking. Just every day I'm hit with these long, vivid dreams every single night. Pretty much ever since I upped the melatonin and did other stuff. My vivid dreams are back with full force. Mercury poisoning gives vivid dreams. Mad Hatter disease, people who wore top hats with mercury probably had vivid dreams, schizophrenia, Alzheimer's. It makes me wonder if I've been mercury poisoned, because I have so many mercury fillings. You have to kind of wonder if this is what's causing all the silly behavior I've had over the last 15 years, 10 years. If this is what's causing all the silly behavior I've had over the last 10 years, have any of you guys noticed I have some silly behavior sometimes? And it could be from mercury poisoning, from mercury fillings, from the vapor that mercury produces in the airborne that you ingest. Also, it doesn't help that the government is spraying a whole bunch of clouds in the sky every day, which are filled with nothing but pure goodness, and definitely not mercury. Next thing I want to talk about, and aluminum. Next thing I want to talk about is the new strain of COV19, which is called Eris. And of course they named the new strain after the goddess of chaos and destruction, Eris, who has a golden apple. And of course we know the apple is related to Eve and Adam in the garden. That's why that stupid computer company is named Apple. It's why you see all these stupid apples everywhere, because they're obsessed with the serpent and the forbidden fruit. And Eris was known to have a golden apple, and she was a goddess of chaos, which is obvious what's going on right now. Tons and tons of chaos. So the new strain of made it up, fag, whatever you want to call it, is Eris, COV19. The new strain is called Eris, named after the goddess of chaos. Very strange. Next thing I want to talk about, I should get to the stuff I wrote down. I didn't write any of that stuff down. What I wrote down really quick is just a few things. I'm very grumpy from living in lie world all the time, where Satan and his puppets lie to everyone 24/7. I don't like being lied to 24/7, and so just being in this world, in Satan's world, is literally making me grumpy. I got to NoFap Day 4 yesterday, and I broke. Maybe I'll try again, I don't know. But being in lie world is just, I'm sick of all the lies. It really sucks. I'm really tired of it. It's really gay and retarded, so I'm really over it. So I'm just grumpy about even being here with the lies, constant lies from Satan and his puppets. Very annoying being lied to. I don't know if you guys like being lied to, but I don't. For example, one thing they would lie about is the shape of the Earth and the moon, because if you look at the moon and the sun, sorry, I meant the moon and the sun. I think I said Earth, sorry. I mean, they lie about that too, but if you look at the moon and the sun, they're the exact same size. They're the size of your thumbnail. So if you hold up your thumbnail to the sun or the moon, they are the exact same size. And in every textbook, they tell kids that the moon is actually really close and really small, and the sun is actually really far and really big. And it's just a huge coincidence, coincidence, that they're the exact same size, even though that's all lies and they're actually just the exact same size. All you need to do is use your common sense to defeat most of Satan's bullshit fag lies. All you need is common sense. So that's the good thing. Second thing I want to talk about is Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. I wrote that down. I don't know why I wrote that down. Maybe just because that's a retarded theory that Sheldon likes, because the show's named after that. Eighth thing I wanted to talk about is that the eye, the human eye, is the same shape as the Earth right now. Is that true? Yeah, that's well, maybe that's not quite true, because the eye is round and the Earth is flat. But the eye has a dome around it. I don't know what it's called. It's like an iris, or it's like a pupil. I don't really know eye anatomy names, even though I got my associates in health science and I took all these anatomy classes back in the day. That was a long time ago. Let me see what it's called. There's a dome around the eye. It's like this invisible dome around the eye. Let me see what it's called.
I know where you're coming from. Call me on the line. You can call me anytime. Call me. Hello, you can call me any day or night. Call me. Cover me with kisses, baby. Cover me with love. Roll me in designer sheets I'll never get.
So it's like this. It's like a filament, which is literally like the word firmament, right? Which is the name of the dome around the Earth. But it's called the dome around the eye. The invisible, like, squishy dome around the eye is called the. Hold on, I have to look up eye anatomy real quick because I don't fucking know. It's called It's called a cornea, and also there's a tear layer. So it almost looks, when you look at an eye, it pretty much looks like the Earth with an atmosphere, because you have all these firmaments that are protecting the eyeball, right? Because you have the tear layer, and then you have the tear layer, and then you have the cornea, and then you have the conjunctiva, and then you have the iris, which, in all those 4 or 5 things, all protect your eyeball and your pupil. So you've got like 4 layers of invisible sludge. Think of it like an atmosphere or a firmament. And so it's really interesting that God created the entire earth, and he also modeled our eye after the entire earth, or vice versa. And we also get this with words like horizon. You got the word eye in there, right? Or letter I, basically, but you got the horizon. And I told you guys this before, but whatever angle you point your eye, you will always see level. Like if you angle your eye 45 degrees, it doesn't look like your phone camera. You still are able to see perfectly level to the horizon. Whereas if you point your phone camera 45 degrees, everything is tilted like you're in some sort of circus ride or something, if you know what I mean. It's really incredible the way I think God created the eyeball, and he modeled the earth after the eye, I think. Or whoever created this place. I imagine it was God, but anyways, and then, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the theory of black hole sun. It's a theory that there's a basically a black hole in the middle of the entire flat Earth, which spews out like light, life, holograms, and all this stuff, right? And this black hole sun is in the middle of the flat Earth, and like people think that the aurora borealis comes from this black hole in the middle of this black hole sun in the middle of the Earth. And if you guys notice, the pupil in the middle of the eyeball is completely black, which is the same as the black hole sun theory in the middle of the Earth. So I also thought that that was interesting. So I'll have a picture of an eyeball on screen just so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So our eyeball is literally a miniature Earth, or the Earth is literally a giant eyeball. It's really freaking cool, or something. It's pretty interesting. And anyways, so I wrote that down. And then I was watching the news or something. My mom watches the TV and the news is on. It's really gay. And the news, spelled N-E-W-S, is for the sheeple, right? That's what that word came out, sheeple, a couple years ago or something. 10 years ago? I don't know when it came out. And I think that this is Christ mockery, a lot of it. Making fun of like sheep. Because Christ was like the lamb of God, basically, and then his people were like his. He's like a shepherd to the sheep, and so like sheep are like called God's people, I think, kind of, because he's the Lamb of God. And the word that, and then you get these words. I think I told you guys this before, anyways, though. But like news, EW, or just the word ew, EW means like gross and sick. Like disgusting, and then you have that EW in news, so it's gross and disgusting. And then I think I told you that another name for like a female sheep is an ewe, an EWE. So literally, they took the Lamb of God name ewe or sheep, and they turned the word to mean disgusting because they think Christ is disgusting, and like they don't like Christ or God, so they think they're disgusting. So they changed the definition of sheep to disgusting, whereas the other word for sheep is ewe, EWE. So just more wordplay for you guys. There's so many hints and clues in the language. All you have to do is pray about it and look for yourself. There's too much to even go over, you know what I mean? There's so many dang words. I heard that the English language was created by, like, fallen angels or something. I just heard that from some dude online. I don't know anything about that, but it's interesting to think about if that was the case. I'm not a huge expert in, like, when this language was created. I heard it was based on Latin or something, the English language. I don't know. Who knows, right? Anyways, that's all the stuff I wrote down and thought about today, and I hope you guys are having a good day, and stuff, and keep your chin up and stuff, and hope you guys are doing well. How long is this podcast so far? So far we are at 17 minutes. That's pretty good. That's a short little cast. So, hope you guys are doing good, and I think I might try to remake all the Pokemon Stadium games as Flash games. Today I remade the one where you play as Lickitung and eat up the food. Because I've got 950 games on Newgrounds, and I kind of want to get that to 1,000 and then be done with it, kind of. I just want to get that number to 1,000 for some reason. It's just a fun little thing. So if I can spam 50 games, you're able to upload 2 games per day. If I spend the next 25 days and I create 2 games per day, then I can get to 1,000 games in only 25 days, or 3 weeks. Something to think about. Just a fun thing. Anyways, God bless you and your families, and don't take any more shots or anything like that. And I'll see you guys next time. Keep watching the cartoons and stuff. If I don't know, I feel gross talking about stuff sometimes. Like it's hard. I feel overwhelmed about doing podcasts and talking. But I think I'm just nervous today because I gotta drive and stuff. So I'm just nervous. I'm dry heaving. I don't know if I'm gonna throw up, but I'm dry heaving, and I took a shower. I get overly excited when I'm nervous, like in a bad way though, like I get freaked out. I guess it's kind of like a panic attack or something. So it's kind of hard to have jobs sometimes, just in general for me, because I get so nervous or something that I get these panic attacks and I gotta throw up before work and stuff. And I don't like throwing up that much, because I already throw up way more than an average human, probably like 1,000 times more at least or something, right? I'm not trying to make excuses. If I can find a job that isn't so nerve-wracking, I'd probably be okay. It's just hard to find one of those, somewhat. But I'm also picky. I don't want to work full-time, and a lot of jobs you get, they force you to work full-time like a fag slave, and I don't want to be a fag slave while I'm here, because I don't even like money anyways. I only make enough to get rent, I guess, or I did when I had a job, which was like 10 months ago or 11 months ago or so. That was my last job. You can write in the comments if you guys get nervous too about stupid shit like this, or anxiety as the Zoomers call it, or panic attacks before work or about work or things like that. So it's just tricky to get a job sometimes. But I'll probably try to get a job sometime soon, because I'm running out of rent now. My parents are really starting to get mad that I don't have a job, and they keep bugging me about getting a job, which I hate being bugged about all the time about getting a fag job, because my parents love money. I've told you guys this before. So so I might get one soon. I haven't looked at all in like 11 months for a job, but maybe I'll start looking soon. I don't know. Who cares? Or I'll become a homeless bum in my car. I don't care. We'll just find out where this goes. But if I become a homeless bum in my car, I'll probably definitely become super crazy, because I just get really crazy when I sleep and live in my car and stuff. My brain gets all like messed up and wired. I guess the right word is wired. Like I feel there's an electrical wire sticking into my brain, like shooting electricity, making me excited and hyperactive or something if I live and sleep in my car. Like when I try to sleep in my car and stuff, I start feeling more and more wired and creeped out, like freakazoid or something. Hope you guys have a good week, and take care of yourselves and take care of people around you. And we're very, very close to the end of the world here, so you might want to also think about preparing as much as you can, whatever that means to you. Maybe exercising or coming up with certain plans, like fire exits or whatever shit like that. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Now it's time to have a snuggle with my very best friend in the whole wide world. You. Well, I'm glad you could come over. See you soon. Bye. And the clown jumped over the moon.